And flashbacks to a couple of years ago there. I thought he might be going in, but he's saved it, and all is good. So it is Finn Zulauf who starts on pole position with the Pro-Am as demarked by green of Alex Fack alongside Nico Handke, Finn Wiebelhaus. They'll both be very strong from row 2 of the grid. Row 3, Leighton Fury and Moritz Viskersen. There is quality up and down this field. Jonas Karklis, who just had that big moment, championship leaders Leo Pickler, they occupy row 4 of the grid. Eduardo Kozateng, Nicholas Callas on row 5, and on row 6 of the grid is Kari Schreiner and Simon Ladniak, who shares with Baptiste Moulin, making his ADAC GT Masters debut this weekend. Dennis Fetzer and Juliana Holzheimer bring up the rear of the grid. And this race will be underway. We've got 5 red lights on, 5 red lights off, and we are go! And we've got a Lamborghini already off to the side. I think that was Jonas Karklis, was it? No, Simon Ladniak. I think it went wide there, but a good start from Finn Zulauf across the line, and we've already lost Finn Wiebelhaus, so that was a very messy start.
And then there was evasive action from the Lamborghini, which was why it ended up on the grass.
Yes.
And also the Mercedes had to almost take very evasive action.
Yeah, it was Finn Wiebelhaus in the Mustang. Just didn't get going, did he? So clearly the car not playing ball here. And so, yes, avoiding action from everybody else. And that was a great job from Simon Ladniak, actually keeping it out of the fence. I think he might have brushed it. Moritz Viskersen was the other one who took to the grass, as we saw. So just going to the side. And I think Finn Wiebelhaus did well not to be collected by anybody. You can see the damage to Juliana Holzham's BMW as well. I think he might have clipped Wiebelhaus on his way past. Certainly a bit of damage to that car, but a very messy start just when one in the middle of the pack doesn't get away.
Yeah, the Lambo got hit from behind by the Holzham BMW as well, as it all concertinaed up. Yeah. So there might be a bit of damage to the right rear corner of that Lamborghini. Great reactions as well from Moritz Viskersen in the Mercedes. He was the closest to that stricken Mustang, as we get a replay of Ladniak wrestling.
All a bit messy. Now a challenge for the lead, though. We just saw Alex Fack and Finn Zulauf running side by side, but it looks like Zulauf has fended it off. But now Leighton Fury through into 3rd place. He's just got past Nico Handke. There's some fairly feisty driving going on this opening lap. The first 2. So Holzham has not been scared by that at all. Leo Pickler, championship leader, now challenging Jonas Karklis. So this will be for 7th place. Nose to tail here on board with Leo Pickler. This was going into turn 3. We could see how close Holzham got to the Liqui Moly Lamborghini. Then Pickler tried to take the high line, cut back to the inside line. This is a replay what it looked like from out along the pit straight. Fury picking up at slipstream on the Porsche. Alex Fack moves to the left-hand side into the right-hand corner. Leighton Fury takes that one with relative ease. Is Alex Fack going to come back round the outside? Doesn't look like.
Well, it's a 6-way battle there, because 5th and 6th have caught up, as well as Nico Handke has a look at the inside of Nicholas Callas in the Mustang, but a left-hander coming up at turn 10. So the Mustang sure just about hold on to the place. It's all about trying to get the traction down now.
And relegates the Mustang a position. Fack looking punchy as well. Has a little look to the side through the puddles. Callas with the right front through that puddle. You saw the car twitching. He picks it all up again. So no dramas there, but a scary moment for Nicholas Callas. The battle for the lead remains just 0.150. Also coming through Moritz Viskersen and Leo Pickler. And now the challenge for the lead around the outside on turn 1. Done with relative ease. Leighton Fury into the lead of this race.
This is what it looked like from behind with Eduardo Kozateng. Think of this for smart driving. Go around the outside, get on the throttle quick. You'll have more ability to get on the throttle there than the tight line. So a BMW assault. Kozateng up to 2nd place. This is his 3rd season of GT Masters. Last year was a bit of a disappointment, back in 14th in the championship, with the best result actually here at this circuit of 9th. But the year before he had 3 2nd place finishes. Kozateng though, so having slipped from the lead of the race down to 4th place. Fack has got to keep an eye on the mirrors, because Nico Handke's going to try and lunge down the inside at Tarzan. He's halfway alongside in the Audi, but not fully alongside, and Fack keeps his foot buried. That then allows the next car in the train.
5th place overall. Some lovely slow-mos here. They build them strong at BMW. They just take a load of curb, get the car airborne across both the BMWs taking the shortest possible line across the corner. That is your first and second place cars. At the moment,
two BMWs ahead of him, just over 5 seconds. Time now for some gaffer tape, everybody.
It's gaffer tape moment. We often have one of these in a race, and that corner, just tidying it up, tearing off any bits that will fall off, and then the obligatory gaffer tape, not even colour matched. But then I mind about that. So Giuliano out, Sandro Holzem, his twin brother, will be in. We've got Leo Pickler handing over to Simon Birch. Simon Ladniak will be handing over to Baptiste Moulin. And Carrie Schreiner will be handing over to Alan Valenti. So 4 cars into the pits. No immediate hurry. We're not allowed to have loads of mechanics working on the car, just 2 permitted. And if it stays dry, you're not allowed to change tyres either in a sprint race. So what we might be seeing with some of the cars out on track is them actually backing out of it to save the tyres, because whatever condition the tyres are in, when they hand it over to their co-pilot, they're going to have to bring that car home on those tyres, because suddenly Zimmermann, having been the attacker, is now the defender. Julian Hanses, lights flashing, suddenly has a sniff of a victory in this race, taking a lower line through turn 3, out up over the hill once again, picking up a slipstream from behind Tim Zimmermann's BMW, allowing Schwarzer just to break clear a little. Now, if Tim Zimmermann makes the challenge on Schwarzer, he may well leave himself vulnerable to Julian Hanses. You can see the car just wobbling a little bit under braking, and then back on the acceleration. This is your 1, 2, 3 in the race. The 3 podium contenders all running together. Hanses has a look to the outside, a much tighter line from Tim Zimmermann there on that corner. But now Hanses has a little look at the gap. Zimmermann slams the door in his face. Now Hanses, will he duck to the side? This is going to be a really important part of the lap as they head towards turn 11, towards the chicane. A good exit out of the chicane and into turn 13. And I think Julian Hanses might be wondering whether he can make a challenge out along the pit straight in just a few moments. So through the chicane they come. This is the critical bit. Hanses has a little look to the inside. Now into turn 13. It's flat out all the way around this corner into turn 14, out onto the pit straight. But suddenly Zimmermann has broken clear. He knows he's got to get past Schwarzer as quickly as possible to defend from Julian Hanses. Hanses has dropped back a little, and now Zimmermann, with a nose in front, takes the lead of the race. Emil Jördrum sees a gap on the inside, slots the Lamborghini into it, gives the Porsche a squeeze, but Schwarzer trying to come back. The 2 cars bounce off each other. It is a drag race. Lamborghini versus Porsche under braking into the chicane. Schwarzer has the line, but Jördrum going the long way around and stealing that position away. Great driving from Emil Jördrum.
So as it stands, the Lamborghini pairing of Jördrum and Jonas will move into the Pro-Am lead by a point. That's a replay of Cecotto being sent off wide, coming out of the left-hander at turn 10, and that was where he lost the place to the Porsche of Simon Birch, back ahead of Birch, because he's been told to give the position back, and he had to wait a long time because he got quite a long way up the road. So to get the position back, he had to ease off the throttle. Is Holzem, but that's not going to put off the Mercedes driver, and this is what it looked like from the outside. Perfectly pulled off manoeuvre that, because you got that change of direction. He might have been on the outside for the first corner, but he knew he'd be the inside for the second corner. No contact, just running out of road there at the BMW, because the Mercedes 6 or 7 tenths of a second behind.
I wonder if he's just getting the tyres back into the window. Problems for Holzem. Smoke pouring from it. I get the feeling that that damage at the front has maybe now made a connection with the tyre. The left front, which was carrying all that damage, yes, it is. The Schubert Motorsport BMW, the sister car of that BMW, is starting on pole position in the DTM race coming up next. I hope for something better than this, though. I don't think that Sandro Holzem is in a race-winning position here, but there goes the offending bit of bodywork that was touching the wheel. But he's able to continue. That's a slightly lighter BMW than how it started the race, I think.
Meanwhile, Simon Conor Prim in the Power Motorsport Lamborghini has found a way past Max Rice's Ford Mustang, so the number 33 car up to 5th place. With that momentary demise of the BMW of Holzem, it means that Birch and Cecotto and Birch moved ahead of him. So Birch in the championship leading Porsche.
Shades of Marco Wittmann in the DTM race this time last year, and that's because they really want to get back in the championship hunt. Both Simon Conor Prim and Finn Zulauf after the disastrous Lausitz ring. It's the tighter line into turn 3. do well just to not make contact with each other. Made it look fairly easy on the exit of 3. Schwarzer, out of frustration, flashes the lights as the Lamborghini goes sailing past. It's still the same up front at the moment, with Zimmermann leading the way. Here's a replay. You can see Schwarzer just a back end sliding into turn 3, took a high line, tried to duck down, and then out of turn 3 they came, and then a little flash of the lights from Schwarzer as well to say, see you later. But Simon Conoprim was through and out. He went.
Before you know it, and currently it's 6. It might be down to 8th place as the leaders go almost side by side now into the right and left hand sequence. Hans Ernst Box coming out of that now in towards the penultimate corner, shows his nose. There's no way you're going to overtake there. He's just trying to show his nose.
Leighton Fury will be nervously watching on in the garage as his teammate leads the race, but Julian Hanses, it feels as though Tim Zimmermann almost crawling around the corner trying to stay on the racing line. Now Julian Hanses practically pushing the fellow BMW in front. Now they will come out towards the chicane once again.
Into turn 1 they go. It's side by side between Bolotov and Fischer. Bolotov in the Audi looks like he's going to squeeze through. Does he? On the way into the chicane on the outside at the moment for the left-hand part. No, Fischer will not let him pass. That's all helping out Schwarzer.
Feels like Julian Hanses has run out of time to try and find a route past the car in front. Out of turn 14, he's going to come out onto the pit straight. It's going to be a win for Tim Zimmermann, his 3rd in the ADAC GT Masters. It's going to be a first ever win for Leighton Fury for FK Performance, the South African driver who qualified that car, did the first stint, and it's going to be a win in the Pro-Ams, celebrating through the polystyrene. Or, as always, subject to confirmation, but it's Tim Zimmermann, Leighton Fury. I think it's a fairly solid win ahead of Julian Hanses, Eduardo Kozateng, Emil Yerdrum, Jonas Karklees. That is a podium. That is really impressive. Simon Conoprim, Finn Zulauf from pole position to 4th ahead of Max Rice and Nicholas Callas. Alexander Schwarzer and Alex Fack in 6th ahead of Janis Fischer, Moritz Viskursion, Dennis Bulletov and Nico Handke rounding out the top 8 ahead of Jonathan Chicotto and Dennis Fetzer. Championship leaders Simon Birch and Leo Pickler down in 10th. The Holzen twins in 11th with a car that was shedding bits of bodywork. Julian Hanses and Eduardo Kozateng, they came so close. Don't trip up, please. There we go. Just going to have to wait a little bit longer, but surely not long before they stand on that top step of the podium. But it was only a matter of time before Leighton Fury and Tim Zimmermann were going to score their first win in the ADAC GT Masters. That Simon Birch and Leo Pickler were going to walk away with this championship were very much mistaken. Dr. Gert Ensner for ADAC just been re-elected to that position, so congratulations to him. President of the ADAC Sport Division, Andrea Schmitz, chairwoman of ADAC, presents the trophies to Eduardo Kozateng and Julian Hanses. You see why they have to have seat inserts, can't you? Very different heights. And Jonas Karklees and Emil Yerdrum received their trophies from Schaeffler and Sorensen.